Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. Man. What's up, my homie? What's up?
Not too much. What's up, Fitty? How you been?
Oh, man. It's been a good weekend.
Good weekend? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A lot of, how was the week, man? I mean, come on.
Whatever about work. I don't believe people when they're like, oh, I love the work I do. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Just paying bills, you know?
Yep.
Cruising through life. Pretty slow week for me. Just really chilled. Everybody's kind of losing their mind where I'm at in the region of the United States because it's football season, American football, America.
Sure.
So, Cowboy fans, blue Kool-Aid, everybody's drank it. They're going to win the title. They're like Man U fans when they were winning,
Oh, boy. That's a handful. That's a handful.
But like I said, the Man U fans, they were winning. So they had a reason to kind of boast and be proud, whereas the Cowboys haven't. So, but anyway, tremendous victory by Arsenal over Bournemouth.
Yes, sir.
Things are falling right in the way they usually do. We played like shit, transfer market closed, and, boom, hey, we're kind of, looks like we're getting our shit together. There's some room for some optimism maybe going forward.
Sure. Let's tap back real quick to last week. Wait, let me listen again real quick. Okay, yes. E. Marshall said that the Arsenal season doesn't start until after the transfer market. And, look at this. They played a great game. Played a tremendous game. Okay. Beautiful day at the Emirates, 3-0. Everybody, lineups, we'll get into that later, but they were spot on to me. I was tripping off the crowd. I was expecting a hostile, angry crowd, but it seemed like, everybody was, just kind of pleasant and supportive, and there was some claps here and, things there for a few of Ozil's, flicks and passes. So I thought the atmosphere at the Emirates was better than what I expected. What about you? I thought so too. And I did like to, I didn't see all that part like before the game, but it was cool to hear like they mentioned that, when Alexis got mentioned before the game, everybody, gave him a good applause. They were happy to see him. That was cool.
Yeah. There was a few boos, but according to online and but I didn't hear him watching the game. On TV, I didn't hear too many boos or where it kind of where it got awkward or anything like that. But that's what I heard online. But you know how that goes.
Yeah, and it probably helps once he came in the game, we were already up 3-0 and things were looking fine, so it's
it was back to the game, a very, very professional performance. The way a team of Arsenal size and stature should handle a Bournemouth,
Sure.
We, especially at home, the energy was there, and it was very, I was shocked because after an international break, this as an Arsenal fan, players come back crocked. There's a hangover. So
sure. It's like you said, look sharp, look professional. I love the one touch passing. Everything was real quick.
Definitely. It was nice to see some of that technical ability that we always brag about as Arsenal fans that we have. It was nice to see that. We played it out from the back, Yeah, that's a good point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, love to see that, and also love to see like sometimes when I mention holding our shape or, positioning, it's not a big effort that has to be put out to
to just position yourself to make yourself available as an option to the man that's on the ball. And
exactly.
As everybody kind of moved around the pitch, in that game, it was beautiful. I mean, the Arsenal really just played really beautiful ball. One of the things I did mention early on was Bournemouth kind of pressing high up the pitch was like a dream. It should be a dream to Arsenal, and Arsenal did take full advantage of kind of a wide open pitch,
Exactly. The exact same way that Liverpool shredded us in our approach to them, how we were gonna approach the match is the same way, Bournemouth kind of did for us. They just laid right into our plans as far as the style that they play, and they just they're clearly not on that level, but I do commend them for trying to to play football. It could be some other shit, but it's just not going to work out when we're on our game and when we're ready to play. And when Wenger gets it right, I give him credit. He got it. He checked all the boxes yesterday. He clearly got it right. It's the worst part about it is the summer and the first 3 games of the season every year. It's like we throw those points away, then he kind of hunkers down, gets the team ready, and then we go on a little run. So I'm not mad at Wenger this week. He the obvious shit he should have did last week that he didn't do, that's where he gets in trouble. When you don't play Blockhead, Kolasinac.
Oh man.
And when you play Ox and he's getting ready to leave the next day, or you don't play Lacazette, you just open the door for criticism, and you just frustrate the people who already want you out. But like I said, he got it right yesterday. He played those 2 and they both were tremendous. Especially Blockhead. That's exactly the type of motherfucker we need on this team. He's got the right attitude and he could play.
Right. Right. He's quickly. I'm a couple games away from this is my favorite player on the team. Okay. I love this guy. And just because he's my favorite player does not mean I'm saying he's the best player on our team.
Right.
But when you add up all the intangibles. But, one of the things I love about the runs, and people I'm sure are going to start kind of pointing out like how good runs he has. But what's important is that he displays a footballing mind. He understands that sometimes I have to run because I can see that I'm going to be able to get by this guy and shake something up, make something happen,
Create space for somebody else. There's all kind of shit.
But then there's other times when he has to be able to look at it and remember that sometimes he has to be a defender and he has to choose to stay back. And to me, that's what's really effective about what I've seen about him so far in his early Arsenal career.
I completely agree. And what's so crazy about that and really weird is that that's the position he plays. You know what I mean? It's not like it's Ox back there. You know what I mean? Or Bellerin on the left side. Like that's where he plays, and that's where some of the frustration goes back to Wenger. Like when you don't play him.
Sure.
Anyway, it's just funny. You start laughing when you think about it. It's like
sure,
that's his position. That's where he plays. So you play him there, and look what happened. But anyway.
And it's so weird that, like, if you just looked at the guy, you'd say, like, man, this guy can't play a wingback. But then when you see him play and you see him run, you're like, oh, yeah, like, actually, this guy is probably made for this position. Like, this is his position for sure, you know?
No, but yeah, tremendous. He is my favorite player just for the simple fact that he's not bullshitting out there. Like,
yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's not a fucking game to him. Like he's trying, like you can feel it. He's trying to fucking win. Just like when you watch Monreal play, you could tell this fucking dude he's just fucking trying, man. Yeah. Whatever, dude, let's fucking do it. Like you could feel that. With Blockhead. And that's like I said, those are the type of motherfuckers this team needs. And, you know, the sooner I don't have to see Theo Walcott and that attitude and that mentality on the team, the better off. If we get more motherfuckers like Blockhead, we'll come on, we'll get out of this rut. But anyway. But yeah, nice cross to Danny, who in all his excitement and then running around almost fucked it off. But he got it in, and when I was talking about the lineup, my first thought was I think the lineup is cool, and it'll be even better when Alexis starts over Danny, and then Danny goes out there and scores 2 goals. What'd you think about his performance?
Danny, just once again, man, I mean, you can't not notice the motor. He just keeps going, man. He just keeps grinding and grinding, chasing down the goalkeeper, blocking, trying to block outlet shots, and, just everything. He's just all over the pitch, man.
He set a record for popping 2 balls with his African feet and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen a motherfucker pop 2 balls. He got strong ass African feet.
It's a trip is like he looks like if he was out there on like the basketball court, he'd be that like the guy that you can hear his feet just slapping the ground, just hella hard. He's like rough on his damn feet and shit, but he keeps moving. I thought the second goal was real classy. When I saw the replay, I kind of tripped. It looked like, oh man, Danny's tired, and then like when the pass came, he kicked another gear in to get to the ball, and then he made a nice classy finish to the far post.
I would have to agree. When I first saw him running up on that, I was like, he's gonna shit the bed. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna be honest. That was my first thought. But very classy finish, and I think it was with his left foot, if I am correct.
Yes, it was. It was.
You know what I mean? I mean, he clearly has the ability to just be that all around striker that teams. Giroud's that, but he just don't have the speed, whereas Danny has the speed. And, if he gets his composure down, if he can calm the fuck down, maybe conserve a little energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we could get a lot of goals out of him. But, that's that,
Well, and the point you were making, like, yesterday it was Giroud and Alexis coming in at the same time. Which, that feels impressive, to be able to bring guys like that off our bench to come on. But even vice versa for me, like, okay, I do believe Alexis should be playing over Danny.
Yeah.
But, can you imagine coming off the bench with Giroud and Welbeck? Like, it's literally like, okay, now we're going big.
Yeah.
And Danny hustles enough that, like, I saw him, you saw him side by side with Lacazette sometimes when the ball was when through balls were coming to the striker. Like, Danny was right up there with him, like, ready to play, a 2-man game with him, like, if it was him and Giroud coming on, like, I could see good things out of that, in late game situations.
Definitely in late game situations where they would both be great on set pieces. And just, if we have a lead, the ability to hold up play on long clear outs and shit like that. So yeah, that would be a great option. So, and like you were saying, let's go right into the second goal, the Lacazette goal. I mean, before the goal, what I noticed on some undershit was there was a long clearance from a corner, and Bellerin was getting ready to clear it, and somebody was coming down on him, and instead of just trying to fuck around with it, he just kicked it out of bounds.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, go back and check it out. They get the ball back. They do the throw in. They get the ball back, and we get it back in midfield. Ozil with the through ball, the little 1-2 with Danny, and Laka with a finish. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I mean, it was so wonderful that I like in my notes I did a play-by-play. So I actually wrote it down. So it was Ozil to Laka with the tap to Welbeck, back to Laka with the pure class finish.
Yes.
Arsenal football 101. Like that is the football that we all love, that we wanted to always see. We get glimpses of it sometimes, but that's Arsenal football right there.
The whole sequence was just beautiful, and just the awareness. I think I'm really starting to, kind of notice some shit between Ozil and Lacazette. You know what I mean? There's a little chemistry there where Lacazette, soon as we win the break back, if he's kind of notices Ozil's got it, he's trying to make a little run. And that's exactly the type of player Ozil needs to fuck around with, because he can slip him those passes. But yeah, just a tremendous finish. It was so clinical. It just reminded me of RVP. You know what I mean? I know Lacazette's right-footed, but it was just real boom. Like soon as he got it, turned around, made a little space. He didn't even try to go by the fucking dude. He was just like, fuck it, I'll shoot from here, and buried it. Tremendous. Happy for him. He's, again, Wenger invites criticism by doing retarded shit. You don't play this guy against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And you don't say any reasons why. If he's hurt, okay,
sure.
Cool. You're off the hook, buddy. But, just to kind of be like, fuck it, I didn't play him. It's dumb shit.
I've seen enough already to realize that, I'm probably still going to say that Alexis is probably still maybe the best player in the team, but Lacazette is the best finisher by far. I could see it. Like class.
Yeah.
It was what's always underrated. What's underrated on that finish is he's not even very far from goal. And he put so much bend on it, up over the goalie and bend on it, that ball lands halfway down the back of the net. It was in without a doubt. It wasn't even close. It was
no, yeah. He clearly when the whole Alexis should be a striker debate was going on last year, and we should play Alexis down the middle. You felt confident, but you really didn't feel confident. But with Lacazette, who's kind of the same size, same stature, same style, I feel way more comfortable with that guy playing down the middle than I ever did with Alexis.
I agree.
So you can clearly see that, there was some shit going. Remember, all my questions are what do we do in practice or training? What the fuck do we do? You can clearly see some shit was worked on. There was Ozil was a little more involved, and more runs by him and less runs by Ramsey. I thought Ramsey was controlled. I thought he played the type of game you want to see out of Ramsey. It was a couple times he was, bombing in the box. But if you watch him play, man, the motherfucker's timing, I can see the pass and they don't see him. But if you just watch Ramsey play, every run is perfect. He times it perfect. And if you just can just slip him them little, cute passes, man, I think he'll score more goals. But anyway, way more controlled, kind of. Him and Xhaka, I thought, that's the composed type of game they need to play. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just got the chills and shit. Turn my AC down.
I have to, I got to make sure that I give credit where credit's due, because I've hammered these two guys. But I thought they had a very good game. I thought Ramsey was much more controlled during the game. Especially in the first half, I did notice that, after we got a good lead, Ramsey did start loosening up a little bit, but that is when we saw some of those beautiful runs that you were talking about. I'm telling you, like you said, man, his timing is impeccable. Some of it has to be that he's just a good football mind. The rest of it has to be the chemistry that he's been, chemistry means something. because when he, like it's not even a full step towards, it's just a nudge. Like he just leans that way and Ozil puts the pass, he lets it go, it's like, or somebody just lets the pass go, but his runs are really good. I mean, they're really good.
Yeah, it's like you could just tell he's got a knack for that. And what you would wish, this is what if this was a perfect world, you would wish that Ozil had a little more of that in his game, because it's almost a waste that Ozil doesn't add that little ability of like making those runs into the box. I know he's always the one kind of finding the pass, but like he's up there. And, his technical ability is way better than Ramsey's. And if he just had that knack like Ramsey of like slipping those little runs in the box, I think we can get more out of him. I mean, the elephant in the room, which is not even really an elephant, is that, Ramsey needs to be playing in the number 10 with two fucking crazy ass tackling, holding midfielders behind him. And he can just run around the park and do whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. That's basically what he needs. But,
yeah. I mean, the body language, like literally to me, I felt like I noticed that the body language of Ramsey, like in the first half of the game, I could see him a couple times almost try to nudge forward and then tell himself like, oh, I was told I have to stay back. And he stayed back instead of going and getting in the action,
Exactly. That's what I noticed. I mean, the training, you could tell they worked on just being a little more, tactically aware, defensive. You could tell there was some Xhaka, he never was really caught out of position, some of his long range passing was great. I just thought the way, the way those two played, or just the style we played, was tremendous, because we were winning the ball back, but we weren't really pressing. It was kind of like a medium, kind of in between, but just the positioning and just, it was shocking. That's kind of why
to play on a spread out field is, the team loves it. And I think they kind of like position themselves very well, that they didn't have to press so hard. They just had to position themselves well. And I did make note with the two of them that it seemed weird for quite a while. Like Ramsey was the one staying back and Xhaka was the one that was actually kind of getting forward a little bit. Yeah. But I thought, maybe the conscious, thing from Wenger or, Bold, even if Bold is the one who helps with that defensive mind or whatever, but is that I think maybe, which is crazy to say, but Ramsey, I guess, he is probably a little faster than Xhaka. Mm-hmm. So when we need that guy to be the one that kind of tracks back to help the defenders like Ramsey or Xhaka, I guess it's Ramsey, because Xhaka can't really do it too well. That's not his game,
Nah, it's not his game, man. It's not his fucking game. Anyway, so yeah, just, all in all, good victory for Arsenal. One of the things I was thinking about is like that, that's a lineup that can win the Europa League, I think. That's and get into the top four. I know I was, would I say 6th or 7th, but if we play like that, if Wenger makes, all the obvious correct decisions, like, just the obvious ones, like play blockhead, play Lacazette. It's a shame I got to say that. But barring any injuries, I felt good. What I'm trying to say is, how do you feel going forward? I feel pretty good. I felt like, man, maybe I was like tripping. Not really tripping. Because, I've seen this before. I know we do this. How are you going forward?
I don't know. I'm kind of keying on a word that I used earlier, like chemistry. Like, I was close to, but I'm going to, refrain from actually saying that it's totally true. But the team seems to play like loose and unselfish and like kind of all over the place when Alexis isn't on the pitch. Like it, and I know that's weird to say, but we had mentioned, especially like towards the end of last year when things were getting tense about whether Alexis. He was trying to do a lot, and the team was almost like like folding to Alexis. Like if
Right,
they got
always
the
passing
ball,
the ball
they
and
look
shit.
to him. They look to him, and the team just the flow of the team wasn't great, you know.
No.
And when he's not on the pitch right now, it seems weird how like it seems everybody's kind of moving around and doing stuff, you know.
So hey, hold on. So, hold on. So what are you saying?
I'm saying Alexis is talented enough, and if he cools his heels, that, you know, I don't have any problem with him being injected into the starting lineup and being a part of all that flow. You know, I know it's not a problem, you know.
Right.
It's
No, I got you.
I just,
Okay.
you know, but I do want to point out that it needs to happen. Like everybody needs to get into a flow that, hey, Alexis is great, but I'm gonna hit him when he's open, or you know,
I got you.
and not just force him the ball and things like
Okay.
that.
I got you. I thought you were saying, you know, we should maybe not even have him out there for a while, but I got you. I completely understand what you're saying. But yeah, no, it's you know, going forward, I feel much better. Like I said, I think this, you know, this is a team that can win the Europa League. You know, I don't care who's in it, as long as it's not Barcelona or Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. You know what I mean? That's our level. That's where we're at. So,
Sure.
you know, before this all started, I was like, I don't know, but you know, fuck it, go for all of them. You know, go for all of them. I know we don't really have the squad depth to where I like it. You know, I thought that's where, you know, we always shoot ourselves in the foot with that, and I think we did it again this year. But
It's
they get me like this every year. You know, every year.
but you know, I mean, you know, what's kind of different and kind of cool, and I wouldn't mind. So, you know, one of the big reasons why I'd like to see them perform in the Europa, you know, and when I say perform, I mean win it all, win the Europa League, because you know, whether other people might want to laugh or something, but I think it's a legitimate reason to pound your chest and say, like, you know, we successfully did something that was pretty hard this year, you know,
It's something we've never done. You know?
yeah.
And it gets us automatically in the Champions League, and it is a legitimate trophy.
Sure.
If you ask any Man U fan, they'll tell you how it's one of the greatest trophies in the world any team could ever win.
Right.
But
But as far as the Premier League goes, like, I'm just telling you, like, you know, it seems like some of the teams have bulked up to enough that they should be ripping through the league.
Yeah.
But Chelsea's already lost to Burnley. Liverpool has lost. Man City has lost. No, Man City has only drawn, and Man United is drawn.
yeah, it's
But you know, like, I mean, as strong as the strongest team in the Premier Leagues are, they can face some of these teams that will serve them a cold dish of defense one day, and it's going to be tough to score. And maybe some big dude like Vokes or, you know, Snodgrass like puts one in the back of the net, and you lose 1-0 to, you know,
Exactly.
whoever these teams play for. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, I could see some of these teams losing some games, and Chelsea did an unprecedented thing last year when they won, you know, they won all those games in a row and shit.
yeah. But
That's not going to happen again. So I think we can finish top 4. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say Premier League win, like title,
No.
but I think we can finish top 4.
No, and Wenger should really shut the fuck up when he says shit like that. But anyway, this is the this is the beauty, though. This is the beauty of the schedule. Usually, you know, we shit the bed on the first 3 games, transfer market closes, and we get our shit together, hunker down, siege mentality, and, you know, we play better. We go on a run, you know.
Yep.
This year, well, okay, we go on a run, then we get, you know, a big game comes up, and then we get our ass beat. This year, we got Chelsea on Sunday. You know, I think that is going to be a huge telling of what we can expect for the rest of the season. If you know, I'm already trying to get my hopes up and shit. I'm talking myself into it, but that game is going to tell me if I should continue to you know, be optimistic, or it's going to be some same old shit. Huge game. We do shitty against the top 4, you know, especially away. And I don't know if it's home or away. I think it's away, but you know, somebody will correct me. But that's going to be a huge tell for how optimistic we should feel going forward. Because right now I'm feeling, look, I just said we could win the fucking Europa League and shit. You know what I mean?
You know,
I get hyped, man. I love the squad. I love when we get it right, and we got it right. So fuck
yeah,
it was
great. It was great watching Arsenal football this weekend. With the chances and stuff, I just wanted to, like, you got Chelsea, Man U, Man City, Liverpool, and Tottenham. That's 5 teams right there.
So yeah,
and with those 5 teams, that's 10 games that we're gonna have to play those guys. And if at the end of the season, if we had a good season and we finished top 4, we're gonna win 7 out of those 10 games. Actually, you know what? That's going to be a great. Well, wait a second. I'm sorry. Get results out of 7.
That's what I was going to say. Draw all those bastards if you have to.
So legitimately, the sky is not going to fall in if Chelsea beats us next weekend, in my opinion. But
it's going. If we play like shit, if we're not prepared, if we go back to all the other bull, you know, if he plays fucking Bellerin as a left back, you know,
right. Or, you know, but what will tell me a big thing is, like, I mean, you could legitimately pass that, you know what, man, they caught us, Chelsea beat us, it was a tough game, blah, 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 blah. The next game, dude, the next one. Like, the next time we play somebody, Man U or Man City, like, if we can't show up for that, that's going to be Liverpool, Chelsea, and now whoever I'm talking about, Man U, if that's the next team or whatever. That's 3 teams already out of those 10 that we just underperformed. So, you know, that's why I'm hoping, you know, we at least just show up, you know. Let's get a draw. Let's get a draw. Can we get a draw out of this? You know?
And change your tactics to achieve a draw, you know?
Yep.
Like, make Xhaka and Ramsey sit right in front of the back 4. Going forward, we have enough to fucking nick a goal or 2 on a counter against a good team.
Yep.
Like, come on. That's fucking common sense shit. Hunker down, catch them on the fucking counter, and get the fuck out of there, man.
Yep.
I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, play them like they play us. Play them like they play us. That's how Chelsea plays us. They hang, and they counter with Eden Hazard and fucking their little Murata and shit, you know? Like, I mean, that's what they're going to do.
The only difference is they'll do it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In the same game and shit. But anyway. Yeah, dude, I'm completely with you. Okay, last point before we get out of here. Transfer market is now going to be closed at the start of the season. I think with this big rule change and my whole theory, we're going to win the league next year because we'll have our shit together. You know what I mean? At the start.
Oh, I got you.
That's 9 points, baby, from jump.
This game that we just played this weekend actually happens in mid-August, and we're like ready to roll already.
Yeah, we're getting our shit together. We thought about some things. But anyway, Europa League on Thursday. That's going to be weird for Arsenal fans, the whole Thursday-Sunday thing. But, with something we're going to have to get used to. All those years of me talking shit to all my Tottenham Spurs friends. Ooh, that was a tough one.
That's what the Spurs do to you. That's what they do to you. Right?
I know exactly how you feel. But yeah, so, you know, we got something Thursday and we got a big game on Sunday against Chelsea. I'm excited. You know, I'm back. Hopefully this lasts, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing. Let's get the fuck out of here. Thanks for all the support. We got some new listeners. I want to thank you all. The numbers keep growing. Appreciate all the support. Hit us up on email. CITM podcast @gmail. You can hit me up on Twitter @EMarshow, EMARSHO. This is our 50th show, podcast.
Number 50. What?
50. Steady growing. Look for us every Monday. Subscribe, rate, and review. SoundCloud. Caught in Two Minds. Fitz, what's up?
I'm at Gooner Rush. At Gooner Rush. And I appreciate the people hitting me back, talking to me. And at Tony AFC 66. Didn't get any golf in this weekend, man. Didn't get any golf in, so I'll get back out there soon. Oh, charity tournament next weekend. 4.
Okay, that was tight, dude. What's the charity for?
For a school, some school function or something.
It's the school of gambling and whiskey. Fitz's. I'm playing. Anyway, thanks everybody. Mr. Gooner, love the interaction, love the tweets. Keep it up. I'll give a few more shout outs next week, but I really want to say what's up to Mr. Gooner. Great guy. Follow him on Twitter, and much love. Peace.
That's my jam right there, y'all. Listen to this. Episode 50. Peace.
Go Raiders.
Raiders.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMPodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.